Hi everyone, it's Marylu, and once again I'm going to read a story to you that you can just be looking at the pictures and enjoy the beautiful watercolor. It's a story called The Prayer of St. Francis. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about who St. Francis was. He was a young man who was from the country of Italy, and he was born about 900 years ago. And as a little boy, he was very smart and very cheerful and loved school, and he really loved stories of the daring knights who fought in battles. So when he was 20 years old, he went to fight into a battle, and he was taken as a prisoner. So after he returned to his town of Assisi, he felt very empty inside, and he often felt very silent. So what was happening inside of him is he was really changing, and he heard God call him to live a life just like Jesus did, serving the poor, helping the sick, forgiving others, and teaching about God's love. So he went around, and other young people were attracted to that way of living, and they did the same. And he learned all of this from the Gospels in the Bible. And he died when he was about 40 years old, praying outside of a church near his town of Assisi. And they say that when he died, a whole flock of ravens flew up into the sky. And Francis of Assisi is just a good example of a man who lived for the love of the Lord, love of his neighbor, for teaching people forgiveness and understanding and peace and joy. So I'll read this story, and then afterwards we have a beautiful song, The Prayer of St. Francis, sung by a woman named Sarah McLachlan and a choir. So I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye. This book is called The Prayer of St. Francis, illustrated by Giuliano Ferri. And you'll see the beautiful watercolor illustrations. Very peaceful. The Prayer of St. Francis, Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me bring pardon. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is error, let me bring truth. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. Where there is sadness, let me bring joy. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. O Lord, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console. Grant that I not seek to be understood, but to understand. Grant not that I am to be loved, but as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in denying ourselves that we find ourselves. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born to eternal life.